And we'll welcome you to RIZE Sports Complex and JRM Sports presentation of the Rising Stars game of the Round Ball Classic. The 9th grade boys, the best in Western Pennsylvania, set to go at it here this evening. Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Fargo, joined alongside Damon McDermott as we get ready for some of the best in underclassmen basketball. Some of the best freshmen in Western Pennsylvania going to go at it. And, of course, the goal is to be a Round Ball Classic All-Star, and a lot of these guys that will play tonight have that aspiration in 3 years' time that they'll be in the big game.
Yeah, they'll be in the big game in 4 years, or 3 years, but don't worry about the talent on here display. We've seen it all season here at RIZE. We joke now there is no basketball offseason. We get to see the best of the best in Whitfield High School basketball here tonight at the RIZE Sports Complex, and it should be a good one. We got kids from all over, from Mars, Kiski, Swickley Academy, Swickley, Quaker Valley, all the way to Derry to come out for this game tonight here at the RIZE Sports Complex.
Yeah, and the names, albeit they are young, but they are familiar names if you are a WPIAL basketball fan, as the public address announcer currently announces the rosters of both teams, and the coaches quite familiar with each other. And for the home side, it's Greg Sircone, of course, the assistant coach at Swickley Academy. And for the gold team that's being announced right now, they're coached by Lincoln Park head coach Mike Boriski, who ironically had Greg Sircone on his staff just 2 years ago when they won a state championship. So those two going to have some fun with this in this all-star setting as well.
It's an all-star game, but knowing both of those guys, Matt, they're going to want to win. And they're going to talk to each other after the game on who wins this. And it just shows you, again, how local hoops around here, everything's interconnected. And it's so awesome to see, again, this talent here in the offseason, in the AAU season, the best freshmen competing against each other and getting coached by some of the best coaches that we have in the Whitfield as well.
And now we take a look at the home team on the scoreboard, the Team Black. Brody Spencer from Mars, Kai Mendez from Kiski School, Connor Toll from Swickley Academy, of course, known to the fans at JRM and Swickley Academy, and Drew Steele, who we've been emphatic about his presentation in the state title game. Gino Blundo from Neshannock, of course, the son of Newcastle coach Ralph Blundo. Harrison Curley from Quaker Valley. Logan Irvin from Derry area. Mamadou Kane from Swickley Academy, who we are being told unlikely to play for Team Black. Mark Johnson from Sarah Catholic. Of course, the Eagles have had quite a bit of success on the hardwood as of late. Nicholas Cohen from Quaker Valley, just down the street, now here in Leetsdale, and coming just the shortest trip for all these All-Stars. Quaker Valley and Swickley Academy having the shortest trip. Noah Sear from Seton LaSalle. And Tegan Russo from Shenango, and one of my favorites on this squad. He was really impressive this season as a freshman.
We're getting one last player announced.
From Alderdice, Sam Nicotra.
He'll be wearing number 13 tonight. And, again, some of these rosters makeshift here at the very end. But, again, all the talented players, freshman players in the Whitfield, they've got to be very pleased if you were invited to this game. And what's surprising me, Matt, is a lot of these guys, we've already seen them in the newspapers and social media. I mean, they're now if you're a freshman, you can be a starter right away on your varsity team. And a lot of these guys here tonight are used to starting. So there is no lack of talent anywhere. And, I mean, it's going to be a competitive, fun AAU exhibition game, you'd call it. But I know, like we said, both these coaches, their relationships want to win. And these players from each one of these teams want to win this game tonight. Again, to look out for Team Black, Mamadou Kane is not suiting up tonight. So, especially for these Swickley guys, are so used to having a 6'8" guy underneath to rebound some of these shots. It's a little bit of an adjustment here. But I think just looking at both of these teams, it's going to be up and down, very fast-paced game here tonight. And we are about underway here as after this tip.
Lincoln Park's Amir Woods goes up against Noah Sear, and Gold controls to get things rolling here. Drive inside, a shot that can't fall for Kyler Slevin out of Hickory. He's the lone non-WPIL or City League representative. Most District 7 and District 8 players playing in tonight's contest. And that shot from the inside doesn't fall and poked away nicely. And that was Noah Sear getting his hand on it. Can't come away with the three. Steals, tries to put the floater in the paint. That doesn't fall, and it rolls out. Pushed up the floor, then loose, and taken away here by Team Black. Blendo got it, and then giveth it, taketh away. Another steal. It was Slevin that time got it into the passing lane.
And so far, these guys are just trying to get comfortable with each other. A lot of them are used to being their main scoring option, as we do get our first 2 points there by Team Gold.
Marco Fusetti out of Blackhawk puts the game's first points on the board.
Number 7, Marco Fusetti.
Three from the far wing that doesn't go. Long pass to get it inside. Fusetti trying for his second points and out of bounds. Would be remiss to not mention the Black players. Amir Woods out of Lincoln Park, Elliott Sines from Albert Gallatin, Elijah Majors from Bell Vernon, B.J. Perkins from North Allegheny, along with Jackson Stover, Jackson Webster, and out of Shenango. As we get a steal here, a long pass ahead, and a layup and score for Kyler Slevin out of Hickory. Deep pass on the other side, a little too long to finish that Team Gold roster. Luke Rickle out of Upper St. Clair, Malcolm Fry from Amani Christian, Marco Fusetti from Blackhawk, Neil Cooper from North Allegheny, Thomas Rotman from North Catholic, and Xavier Borto from Plum. Zane Schachter is also on the roster out of Alderdice, not playing tonight.
Maybe is not as much scoring as we thought to start, Matt. But again, a lot of these players just need to gel.
Slevin.
Team Gold with a now 6-point lead to start it off.
Driving is Sear outside to Blendo. Blendo penetrates on the right hand. Gino Blendo. And Blendo named synonymous in Newcastle. Basket good for Thomas Rotman out of North Catholic, another WPIL lineage name. Mother Molly Rotman, the legendary North Catholic girls coach.
Man, if we ever have a WPIL trivia night, I think you got me beat. And I mean, there's not many.
It's nights like this that I'm not have to worry about the prep there.
No, I mean, I do all the prep I can, and you still come in with 20 quick facts right away. As soon as you see some high schools, see Team Black starting to get a little bit more comfortable. Drew Steele's got his first basket of the night, and now they're at the line.
This is Brody Spencer at the line for Mars.
Another one of those schools, Matt, I always talk about, they just turn out a bunch of athletes, and you never expect it from up in Mars, but as it keeps on growing, a good baseball team, a really good football team a couple years, and I know their basketball team had some heated rivalries with Hampton, with Highlands.
Three from the corner pocket, good for Jackson Stover.
From Hickory, number 2, Kyler Slevin.
Back up top to Steele from Swickley. The spin. Can't finish. Ripped away there by Fusetti. To Rotman. Cross-court pass. And another three from the wing that rims out. Put back opportunity for Fusetti is good.
We talked about it. Without Mamadou Kane, Team Black, again, got to be a little bit more aggressive on the boards.
Driving there. Couldn't finish for Sear. Fusetti adds another.
Already has 6 points in this game, and I mean, he makes it look real easy. He's real smooth. Doesn't look like he's rushing any shot right there. A nice one-handed, right-handed floater as Team Black responds back with a baseline three.
Three-ball drain there. That one was hit by Sear out of Seton LaSalle. Meanwhile, a baseline runner there for Slevin.
It's been the Slevin and Fusetti show. They have 13 of the team's 16 points to start off this game.
Here's Connor Toll handing it off to Sear. Sear penetrating inside. Can't get it to fall. Fusetti thought about two more. Instead, will pass inside to Amir Woods. Handed it off, and a foul. Fusetti fouled.
We heard a lot about Amir Woods before this game, but, I mean, he's been just playing really good point guard, facilitating to his playmakers. A lot of times you don't see that in a all-star type of game, but doing a really good job being a floor general. And there's Fusetti again, already 7 points of the team's 17, and this game just started 5 minutes and 15 seconds.
Had taken Russo check into the game for Team Black out of Shenango. Ticket's claim to fame. He had a bunch of three-pointers against Olsh. Shenango beat Olsh in the regular season, and it was thanks to him consecutively. He just found his spot and did not miss.
Got in the zone, and this is where I joke around. It's about to be a line change as we got 5 new players in for Team Gold. And when do you see this, Matt? Is Malcolm Fry would probably laugh. I'm showing this off, but Malcolm Fry is playing in sweatpants in an AAU All-Star game. I mean, that's either asserting your dominance or he's about to drain a three right off the bench.
Off the bench, here's some points for big J.B. Perkins out of North Allegheny. Adding some height to this Gold lineup. There's a three missed by Toll.
We saw JB earlier in this AAU season playing for a different team. Used to play for RIZE as well. Talented big man.
Up strong, but can't come up with the two there for Malcolm Fry. Meanwhile, a three on the way for Russo that's off the mark. That's his specialty. It was 8 threes, by the way, against Our Lady of the Sacred Heart.
Some people take that for the full season.
All of them were in the second half.
And all were in the same spot almost.
That three off the mark for Team Gold and Xavier Bardo out of Plum. Transition, Russo thought about it. Now Drew Steele has the honors of the three that's short. Pulled down and pushed up by Luke Rickle of Upper St. Clair. And now back up to Malcolm Fry. The sweatpant wearing Fry goes for three, and doesn't matter where he wears. I mean, just a time for sub.
You got to be a heck of a player if you show up as the only one in sweatpants.
I would agree with you.
I couldn't pull it off.
Me either, my friend. I can't announce properly if I show up in sweatpants, let alone play. 23-7.
Joke's on the viewers. We both have sweatpants on right now. We're desk up. We're just wearing quarter zips. You might know.
You wouldn't know. So Gold leads Black. That's kind of a reverse of what the scoreboard reads is here in the venue. It's right on the screen, though, and that's all that matters to you, the viewer.
Yeah,
and
Team
that one
Black
goes out of bounds.
We've seen their first mass subs now coming in, but so far in this one, again, it is a all-star game of all the guys that are freshmen in high school classification. We've seen a lot of these guys playing different AAU teams and just have not meshed well so far, and Team Gold has just been making every shot you can think of.
Rickle to the rack. Finishes on his wallet. Nicely done. Irvin worked it outside. Here's Kai Mendez out of Kiski School trying to do it all. Runs the gauntlet and earns a trip to the line.
It's one way to try to get back in the game for Team Black. force a couple fouls, get to that free throw line. Got to make him, though. Kai misses his first.
3.8 GPA. Originally out of New York City. Mr. Mendez. And if you're wondering, Kai is Karen Antonio Mendez. Gold the possession into Perkins.
We have a mismatch.
Perkins wins that battle.
They're playing good together. Team Gold right there. You saw Malcolm Fry give him just a head nod like, hey, I see you. Just get it open for me real fast.
3 on the way that doesn't go for Kai Mendez. Pushed up to Woods. Woods jumps into the lane and gets the roll.
Love that hop step. Use your right arm, almost like a swim move if you're a pass rusher, to give yourself a little bit of space and cash in.
That one couldn't go. Put back opportunity is good, though. That originally no good, and then nice follow through for Team Gold to get the bucket. Here's Russo.
See that offensive rebound following a shot. Team Black, but again, they need to start hitting a couple of these threes.
There's a steal. Perkins gets into the passing lane, but it rolls fortuitously to Malcolm Fry. Everything's working for the sweatpant wearing Fry, and moved it over for a 3 attempt that was off the mark. Rickle couldn't do it, but the putback is good.
And again, Team Black doesn't have Mamadou Kane. A lot of offensive rebounds for Team Gold, but Team Black does finally respond.
Logan Irvin out of Derry area. He shot that from Derry area.
You want to talk about a play? I played a football game in Derry area at a Highlands. I mean, that school's got bigger. Back then,
Sure.
My mom went to high school right around there. They had like 1 or 2 stoplights. But now Derry, they've made some noise in baseball, basketball. One of those smaller schools you always hear of making some playoff runs.
Everybody loves Tim Sweeney.
Man, I'm also wondering when the all-star shots start happening. I'm waiting for the first logo 3.
Right.
Or one of them coming. But, I mean, high school kids, they're still a little bit scared of the coach.
Yeah, these are still freshmen,
Yeah, they're
too.
still freshmen, too. I mean, they don't got the gusto. Or
Right.
they haven't earned their stripes.
Russo, pure for the little man, and he is not tall in stature, but ask Our Lady of the Sacred Heart how that went down.
And we saw him in this AAU season. I mean, he's always undersized, but he finds a way to get those shots off. And he's really good off the ball, something Steph Curry does all the time. You have to guard him at all times. He's just running around, and it bugs defenders. So the little guy gets open somehow. Or he's going to take threes. You know the scouting report, but still, he works really well in space, gets open, drains another one for Team Black. Now down by 15, starting to cut in this lead a little bit.
Russo showing his inside game, just misses there. Double teamed for Team Gold, and they cause a turnover. Noah Sear gets it and gets his pocket picked right back. And then let it ahead to Perkins. Perkins will finish on the right hand. That was a little bit of a difficult shot underneath the basket.
I think Perkins wanted that as a pass. He could go for a dunk in the All-Star game, but still corralled it and got a layup in.
Fry put some English on that, received by Rickle. Perkins on a putback. Good.
Took that out of his teammate's hands, Malcolm Fry, and says, I want those 2 points. Now up to 8.
Blundo over to Russo. The Italians now to Irvin. Rickle outlets to Fry. Moved it over to Jackson Webster. He's another three-point shooting machine from Shenango. Not a lot of paint points for the Wildcats this year, by the way.
No.
Basket good and a timeout. Rickle gets the 2 to go, and we get a timeout for some subs.
How about this, Matt? Perkins didn't start the game. Comes in for about 8 minutes. 10 points. Going to take a break. That easy. 5 offensive rebounds, too. we talked about when he played Mamadou and the AAU circuit. I said there's not many times Perkins is probably playing, and he's undersized compared to somebody.
Sure.
So, I mean, he's eating on the boards here tonight, and all his points so far are paint points.
Fry lost the ball, was taken away by Irvin. He pushes it in transition up ahead to Cohen. Misses, put back good. Following is Brody Spencer from the Planets of Mars. And then a nice job on the other end, tic-tac-toe passing as Kyler Slevin getting the basket there. Deep three, that's off the mark. Mendez can't connect. Slevin outside for a three. Stover out of North Down Allegheny. Mendez back up the floor. Over into the wing. Pass inside to Irvin. Right place, right time. Rebound for Blundo. Moved it outside to Spencer for another three attempt that did not fall. Slevin from Hickory and into the corner. Back outside. 3 of 10 from Elliott Signs out of Albert Gallatin. Independent WPIAL school for the Colonials. Could do some mascot trivia for you, Damon.
I mean, I think you might have every single one.
Cohen finds it there, and then Signs. Albert Gallatin in the house tonight.
I'm just impressed how spread out this talent is. You think you might see some repeating schools, but looking at this roster, Matt has elegantly named about 25 high schools in the last 15 minutes.
Malcolm Fry up top. Slevin. Back to Fry. He returned the favor. 3 can't connect.
Slevin's another one here tonight. We are talking about him a lot, but I don't think we've really talked. He has 11 points already in this game, in an all-star game. It's very impressive with how many guys that can make shots. His team Black finally steals one off of Malcolm Fry.
Irvin, Derry area, the Trojans.
I thought that always was a miss. How are you not the dairy cows? The fighting cows, the
milkmen.
The milkmen. Like, I mean, I just thought there would be the craziest one. And Matt, you've done a lot of sports, and hey, this is all star, so we can just talk a little off topic here. I've seen the Millionaires as a high school before.
Yeah.
Montoursville, I'm pretty sure, out there. What is the craziest high school mascot you can think of in the last 20 years?
I did some work down in West Virginia, in Polka, West Virginia, and they are the Polka Dots.
That's their team?
Their team is the Polka Dots.
Is the jersey just a bunch of polka dots?
It's just a dot. The logo is a dot, yes. It's amazing.
I wish the whole jersey was like polka dots.
Right. Polka dots. That's as. I mean, the WPIL has some good ones. The Big Mac's probably.
Absolutely.
You know,
the Fighting Planets is good too. I feel like they don't get it. Like
that's true.
It's been a while since I've been there, but if they don't have a mascot with boxing gloves on,
they
do. Okay,
yeah, they just came out with it.
All right,
a couple of years ago, a year or two ago.
I mean, that's great marketing. Are you kidding? Like that is.
Sam DeCotra from Alterdice. That's the Dragons out of the City League. The Taylor Alterdice High School, of course, high school of Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller.
Gonna have a Mac Miller bobblehead day at the Pirates game.
They missed the mark on that though because
it's also when
Wiz Khalifa show.
Yep.
Fusetti.
Pirates, if you're listening,
two.
We love you, but
it's
a little bit. It's gonna be the same demographic looking for that bobblehead as I will be looking for that bobblehead.
You and me both. 3 that is off the mark for Sear from Seton LaSalle. Back into the wing, and a 3 that misses for Neil Cooper from the Tigers of North Allegheny. And then transition opportunity for Sear. Second time didn't work. Rebound pulled down by Elliott Signs from Albert Gallatin. He goes coast to coast, and you can book him too.
He was fiending for his first basket. A couple of possessions because he was clapping open in the three-point line.
3 that won't go for Cohen. Fusetti splits the defenders and gets 2 more.
God, he's up to 10 points now as well. As this has been pretty much a three-headed dragon for Gold team here, as Fusetti has 10, Slevin has 10, and J.B. Perkins has 10. 30 of the 47 points.
Minute 40 to go here in the first half. 47-23. Team Gold leads Team Black. Beginning of a great weekend of all-star festivities. I know the girls were just here yesterday. Rising Stars game. And a fitting place to have it. The Rising Stars at RIZE.
And I mean, what a better facility are you going to find for AAU basketball, too, is kind of segued me into this one. But a lot of these guys, their first time walking in here, they can't believe it.
There you see head coach Mike Boriski, the head coach of Lincoln Park.
Always
one
comes
of the
and says hi
all-time
to you.
greats. Yeah.
You've been around him for a very long time. And I mean, what could he be complaining to the ref right now? I think they're just talking about I think they're talking about their golf game, if anything, right now.
Russo misses the 3 off the timeout. Now, Mike's one of the best in the WPIAL, there's no doubt, and in the state of Pennsylvania. And his assistant coach is Ryan Skovrenko. He played on some of those state championship teams. 3 that doesn't go. And that team that Skovrenko was on was just on another level. Basket good inside for Team Black. And one fell for Sam Nicotra.
And I think it's good on a coaching staff, as we got about a minute to go. You got an older guy that's been around forever. Then you bring back a young guy that used to play for you, so he understands all those values. But at the same time, he can talk to a lot of kids like, hey, I know when he's hard on you. I know when he's that. And I think it's a great mix, and you can tell these players really enjoy listening to both of them. And Lincoln Park's always going to be one of those teams that is always going to be up there for a title.
Especially as a youth side of things. And I think certainly Greg Zircone has that relationship with a lot of his players as well, in terms of when you've gotten there and you've done it, whether you've done it as a player, you've done it as a coach, especially young players are going to perk up. They usually open up a little bit more.
A lot of these young guys, they'll fact check you now too, as you're talking about the assistant coaches that play. They're like, all right, let me look up what he did, and then they're like, oh wow, he won a state title or he won a WPIAL title, and it goes, all right, I should probably be listening to this guy.
Talked a lot about Swickley's head coach and Mike Izzolino.
Talking
about a guy who did it both ways as a player and a coach. As that shot misses for Jackson Stover to end, or I beg your pardon, that was Gino Blondo who missed that 3 to end the first half. And at the break, Gold leads Black 49-27. We'll step aside and come back with the second half of the Rising Stars Undergrad Boys 9th grade game of the Round Ball Classic here from RIZE Sports. And it's all being brought to you today by JRM Sports. And we'll be back after this. And we'll welcome you back. Getting ready here for the second half of our Rising Stars Undergrad game of the Round Ball Classic with Damon McDermott, Matt Forgo with you. Our JRM production crew this evening from Leedsdale. Gold leads black 49-27. These 18-minute running clock.
I guess when
putting it on here.
When you have 12 to 15 players, a 3-minute half is all you really need.
Yeah. Reset it. That shot well off the mark.
Yeah, J.B. Perkins closing it on, 6'8". Thought I need to get this up in a hurry.
Webster inside to Perkins.
Same matchup we saw in the first half. Somebody help cover JB, but then the big man heads up play, finds an open man.
Amir Woods.
We see from Mamadou Kane, always finding that guard going to cut underneath of you. There's going to be some space when they double the big man.
Yeah, it would have been fun to see Perkins and Mamadou go at it again. You mentioned seeing that in the AAU circuit already this year.
It's fun to see it because those guys don't get to play against each other or any guy that size, so it almost makes you think like, oh, I really can't do that move at all times.
There's a nice steal by Nicholas Cohen from Quaker Valley. Elijah Majors inside. Moves it back out. Woods inside. A lot of Lincoln Park underclassmen from last year's team. Goes up strong. Lincoln Park's most unsuccessful season since they started their program. But a lot of that because of the freshmen that learn. Obviously, you lost a guy who's, going to play for Arkansas next year.
And then probably in the NBA the year after that,
Correct.
if everything goes well. Malik, you're a heck of a talent. Still sad you're not going to Pitt, but we can talk about that another day.
Well, the other guy that Lincoln Park lost was a guy who did
BB.
decide to go to Pitt.
And he grew a lot that first season. I'm
Jeez.
excited to see him come back. It just should, again, we talk about we want to see WPIAL talent in the college space. Well, you start in a game like this. You get to kind of measure yourself against other highly talented freshmen, and you go, okay, let's see how I am against the rest of the WPIAL here in this game. And a couple guys have standed out. J.B. Perkins already has 11 points.
I mean, he is a guy we're going to talk about for 3 years, and then we're going to talk about for another 10.
You're just born a little different when you're 6 foot. I mean, he looks like he's ready to go to college.
Agreed.
Right now. And the game is smooth as well, as there's another smooth jumper by Team Black.
Kai Mendez. Majors out of Bell Vernon to Woods for a triple. Yes.
Nothing but net there for Woods. Again, I talked about him being unselfish in that first half. He now has 5 points. Nice in-and-out move by Team Black. Couldn't cash in. But Woods showing you he can shoot the 3 ball as well.
3 on the way. Nope for Majors. Put back for Woods. Another effort and a foul. Bucket is good for Amir Woods. It's also funny we're talking about the familiarity between Mike Boriski and Greg Saccone, the two head coaches of this Rising Stars game. Mike used to standing up as the head coach is standing up over there. Greg used to not standing up, has been sitting down much of the ball game. Old habits die hard, I guess.
I guess they do. And you got to adjust. I've seen Greg stand up a couple times, and he sits right back down. And he's like, okay. He's learning.
He's a head coach prior to being an assistant.
Yep.
And, that's the cool thing about the WPI. We're talking about some of the other coaches around the area. They just – so many great coaches, and they love giving back to Western Pennsylvania as Perkins battles for that one.
I feel bad. Kai Mendez is trying everything he can. He literally looked up like, who is above me right now? And it was, again, J.B. Perkins.
Threw everybody up and fouled. Noah Sear earning a trip to the stripe here for Team Black. LaSalle's Noah Sear converts.
Middle. There you go. Look up.
It always amazes me too, Coach Mike. They are up by 24 points right now, and I
It
mean,
doesn't-
he is. No,
I'm
it
so
doesn't
used
stop.
to it.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Oh, the big man can do it
Mr.
all.
Perkins. It's not breakfast, but it's B.J. Perkins time.
Whew.
Splundo inside one more time.
If you want a little peel back of what we're listening to, Coach Mike Perkins just cashed in on a 3. The big man, he has 17 points. First thing Coach Mike goes, hey, man, you got to get that defensive rebound.
Yeah.
And then JB just smiles and looks at him like, I know.
Splundo showing the ball handling skills. Can't convert the 2. Ball poked away. Black gets it right back. Top of a wing 3 that doesn't go for Blundo. Woods lobs one errantly, and then it gets taken away. Team Black comes back away with it. Deep 3 that doesn't fall for Nicholas Cohen. And Perkins back up, got his pocket picked by Cohen. He eyes up a 3 and can't come up with it as the subs back out there.
A little unlucky as that just backspun off the top and actually went in, and we'll get a line change for Team Gold again. Mike's now asking J.V. Perkins if he's trying to be a point guard, which is so funny.
Logan Irvin got the ball, and he said, oh, well, lay it up here. Sure.
As we got 2 refs handling this All-Star game. He said, nice try, but it is Team Gold ball.
Rickle brings it across the timeline. Xavier Bartow moved it back outside for Fry, who misses the 3. Gold gets a rebound, though. Another look for Rickle. Off a few hands, Black comes up with it. Nice pass there for Irvin.
Really nice play there by Team Black. Use that cut to get to the basket. Use that right hand on the left side.
64-39. Black trails Gold here.
And every time I think I've written every name down for a basket, there's
Another
2
one
more,
there.
2 or 3 more. But again, it's an all-star game. Everything's a little bit different than our standard game, but it's been fun to see all the young talent.
We have more AAU basketball for you this weekend here on JRM. As Team RIZE will be back in action. We'll see if be interesting to see if Mamadou Kane will be available this weekend.
Again, I'm hoping it's just precautionary because it is the off season, even though there is no off season, as I keep saying, and
Especially
basketball
in hoops.
nowadays.
Oh my
But
goodness.
I mean, that's what I mean. It is before. I was always a football player, played basketball to stay in shape. wasn't the greatest, wasn't the worst, but that was what a lot of people did. Now it's like if you want to play varsity basketball at a high level, you got to play 12 months out of the year.
Right.
Look, a couple steals there for Team Black.
And a finish, a steal and score from Kai Mendez.
And he's been fighting all night long. Again, he's been guarding some of the big guys. And J.B. Perkins is on the bench, and now he gets to switch back to a shooting guard, small forward, and he gets a steal there. Picked his pocket twice. Second time paid off.
Fry, deep 3, doesn't matter.
It's the sweatpants.
Going to earn the nickname Sweats.
And he's repping the high school. It's their Amani Christian
Yeah.
Academy sweatpants.
There you go. Almost a nice handoff there from Fusetti, but here comes Mendez the other way and all alone to lay up another 2.
Again, I like it for Mendez. He now has 8 points, and it wasn't the easiest for him. Again, he was guarding some big boys down low, but now up to 8 points for Team Black. But the problem is Team Gold just keeps on responding, now up by 26 in this game.
Deep 3 doesn't fall for Mendez.
That was the heat check after 2 straight baskets, it seems, as he's trying to sneak up and get this steal.
Push inside, bucket good for Elliott Signs. Albert Gallatin. Long pass to Blundo. Back outside. 3 on the way. That doesn't go for Cohen. Fusetti in some traffic. Russo came away with it.
He's the one that's been quiet in the first half. He had 10 points. No points here in the second half for Fusetti.
On the baseline, got the roll for Mendez.
Yeah, he's getting hot. He has the team's last 6 points right there. Used that elbow. Didn't extend, though. The ref won't call it as long as you don't extend. And him and Perkins are now having a nice little one-on-one battle up here. There's Fusetti again.
One
Just
more
using
time.
that size, getting down low in the post. But it's also a good game to watch, sorry, Matt, to kind of just know what's coming up in the rankings in the next 3 years. As a lot of these guys are really impressing me. There's a deep 3 by Team Black, and we'll have a timeout for a sub so Matt can finish his point.
Tegan Russo hit the 3 there. But actually, ironically, David, I was going to make the same point of, like, it is nice to see what, Blackhawk has some high hopes with a guy like Marco Fusetti coming up through it. See Mendez finishing there.
He's
I
the
was
one
going to say that I think that there's an opportunity for some of these guys that haven't seen this facility to come out here and, experience what RIZE has to offer.
Might tell their AAU coach, hey, if there's a tournament out here, let's
see
get
it.
in. The high-quality courts is what I always talk about. And, there's not just one. There's another one right behind this one. We've seen the practice facility. Even have a kitchen here. They got everything you need. I joke, if I played for Team RIZE, I would just sleep here. So, these kids, they're getting so much better. And it is definitely an advantage for all these teams that get to come here and play.
Elijah Majors from Bell Vernon, the Leopards. Gets 2 there.
We joke, but an NBA team could practice here for a week and feel like it's completely it is
they
fine.
won't blink.
Yeah. It's unreal. Russo, another one we talked about in the first half, but he just has a knack to score, and it is so impressive to me. Again, if he grows 4 or 5 inches, I'm not saying he has to, but if he does as a freshman, watch out. But he is so smooth for how small he is on the court.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of those things he can't get away from.
No,
People talking about the height,
he would look at me if I said it, probably give me a dirty look, but he knows it too. And,
yeah.
He plays so well, and is he small and scrappy right now? Absolutely. If he grows a couple inches, that can change. But, right now he's showing it doesn't really matter. He's going to be able to produce at any level.
Sear followed that missed shot by Russo, puts it in for 2 more. Majors, he'll send one. Too much on it, but a big rebound. Perkins on the right hand, just can't finish, ends up on his wallet.
First time he's been on the ground today. And I will say to the refs, they have not called unless they absolutely have had to call something, which I actually like for an all-star game. You just let the guys play.
Yeah.
And we have only 2 refs on the court. But, they've done a really good job. No, there hasn't been anything malicious. There hasn't been anything obvious. As Mendez, again, trying to cash one in. He misses, and Perkins gets the rebound. But other than that, I've seen both teams only go to the line about 5 times in this game.
From the line, can't go for Majors. Sear got rejected there. And nice 2 on the Kyler Slevin, sliding by and then getting the bucket to go. Mendez on the turnaround doesn't fall. Gets his own rebound. He's triple teamed and throws it off of Perkins.
Telling his teammates, guys, I tried. I literally couldn't see at that point. I tried to throw it back baseline, but it will stay Team Black basketball. Back out to you-know-who. Right there, Russo again. You give him any type of space, he's going to make you pay. As he's up to 10 points as well. There's Mendez guarding Perkins again. He's like, I mean, how can I get away from this
How
guy?
does this keep happening? Ball loose. Hustle play that goes out of bounds. We'll go black ball with 5 minutes to go here in our Rising Stars round ball all-star game.
Again, give props to Team Black, down a couple players, so they're going with a smaller lineup.
Russo out to Mendez. Too much on it. Black, though, gets the rebound, and Perkins gets another ball off his knee and out of bounds.
Perkins has just been all over the court here, and I'm always surprised when the bigger guys, they should get tired, but they really don't. Again, that's to remind everybody they're 14, 15 years old, and he's had double-digit points, almost double-digit rebounds, a couple steals, a couple blocks. Been all over the place here tonight for Team Gold.
The other thing I like about an all-star game like this is you getting to see that how much classification really doesn't matter. That, guys can play with – I mean, in a lot of ways, classification is more of a genetic lottery than anything else.
Absolutely. I talk about it all the time. I mean, you can have freshmen play against seniors. We talked about, J.B. Perkins looks like he's ready to play college hoops right now. And I think it's that perfect age where you start looking around when you're playing sports, as we'll get another auto timeout for the subs. But
that was Noah Sear on that last three.
You look around and you go, oh, well, everybody's born a little bit different, it seems, as J.B. Perkins is definitely one of those guys. As he will check out probably for the final time, as Coach Mike is giving him some reassurance. It's all right to miss one or two three-pointers. You're a big man. But what a game here tonight for J.B. Perkins. Probably one of my players of the game, as he finished the game with 17 points. And he was subbing in and out, as each team has about 3 different lineups they can go with.
Crossover move. And a floater on the right hand, finished by Luke Rickel.
Nice move there by Luke. He had 2 points in the first. Tries to get back into the scoring action. Nice crossover. Hesitation move.
Out to the near side wing. That rims out.
Here we go.
Rickel one more time. Going to run the gauntlet.
He wanted to get involved. You see a lot of these guys, when they get the ball here, especially late, they're like, okay, I've only scored once or twice. I'm going to be a little bit selfish. But again, I think it's been really impressive. All these guys have really shared the basketball.
Yeah.
You see all-star and freshman. You think there would be a lot of selfishness, but, I mean, we've seen some really nice basketball here in these two halves. As Gold's going for 90 points. They're at 83 right now, and Team Black almost at 60 at 58. But, again, just it's been a well-played game. Nobody's been too selfish, scoring all around for both of these teams.
Up strong off the window. Amir Woods gets 2 more.
He's a prime example. He has 10 points. He didn't take a shot until the second half, and we learned a lot about Amir Woods before this game. A lot of guys say watch out for him and how much he's going to develop and how talented he is.
Fusetti. Fry. 3 from the wing that doesn't fall. For Rickel. Loose basketball. Sear lost it. Fry to the rack, but misses the dunk. In a freshman all-star game, he was trying to accomplish that feat.
Everybody's laughing, and he's even laughing. I mean, he tried to palm it with one hand. One thing is a 14, 15-year-old, you might not have that hand width yet to palm the basketball, but good effort. Could also joke maybe the sweatpants weighed him down just there, but Coach Mike's not happy about the missed dunk either. Seen it all here in the All-Star game, as you always will.
Under a minute to go. Blundo comes up empty on the 3. Russo, will he try another? He's a couple tonight. Sear, down low, back up. Russo, why not? In and out. Nice ball movement. Got it over to Elliott Sines.
From Albert Gallatin, number 6.
Sear can't get the layup. Signs one more time, yes.
What a nifty little pass there as well. A little no-look behind right to Sears.
That was Kyler Slevin.
Coach Mike just gave us our pencil back.
All right.
There's one more three there by Gold.
Mike's always prepared.
He is.
And that will bring it to a close. The Rising Stars All-Star Game and round ball here at Rise. Gold defeats Black 91-61. And a great effort here by these young men. And certainly the future is still bright for these Rising Stars.
Absolutely. What a game we had here tonight, and we got smiling faces all over. Everybody's just excited to kind of showcase their skills. As coaches are now giving a hug and laughing to each other. But, I mean, what a showcase we had here tonight at the RIZE Sports Complex again, Matt. And it was a pleasure to be alongside you and see some of these talented freshmen, see how much they'll grow, and hopefully you see some highlights from this game and you say, hey, I got to follow this guy the next 3 years. But I think the Whippeal's in a pretty good spot, and basketball, local basketball, is in a pretty good spot as well.
No doubt about it. It will continue to grow as it does, and great events like this are the reason why. So thanks so much for watching this presentation of the Rising Stars Round Ball Classic. For Damon McDermott and our entire JRM production crew, I'm Matt Fargo saying thanks again for watching. Congrats to all involved, and best of luck. And we'll talk to you next time. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you next time here on JRM Sports.